So this is a quick market update. What's happening right after such a huge downtrend or correction? We have 3-day bounce, and and if you are a swing trader like me, what you should be looking at is easy dollar environment, right? And basically, easy dollar environment is not there right now, and even in a 30-minute time frame we just made a higher high, you know. And so the best case scenario in my opinion would be, because I do not trust this, unless and until I see a low which is basically higher than this guy, then I can think of, like this bounce being a little uh, which has some sort of real strength. Okay. And so if that happens, the bounce could then go at least till the 50-day moving average, or the 1020, which is now sloping down, right? And that will definitely act as a resistance. On the breadth front as well, many things are just below below zero, which is, I mean, below 50 0. um, the the 80 line, which is the 20-day 80 line, and the 10-day 80 line, both are below zero, which also basically means that things are not in momentum right now. But right now, because we might expect a bounce, definitely not breakouts. I mean, although there are a couple of breakouts which are driven by earnings and things, other events like that are doing well. I mean, will do well. There will be always a couple of breakouts which will do well, right? But in general, the setup which I am going to trade, or I am looking to trade, is the pullback setup, where basically there was an uptrend, and now, you know so for example, this is the only name which I am long right now, and this is basically I traded on a pullback setup. So what happened was there was an uptrend, and then it pulled back very nicely, and there was a very orderly pullback. Orderly pullback. The one thing which you need to notice is that the pullback, first of all, is orderly. There is not much volatility during the pullback, and also the volumes on those pullback days are very minimum. So the moment it sort of reversed on a lower time frame, which is basically what it made, like this sort of a reversal structure, I made an early entry, and this is right now till now working, right? And it it faced some resistance from the highest point of the base, but there are also, I think, support. So this area would be a very good support from where it bounced, and also I believe the other two moving VWAPs will also act as a support. And so in an environment like this, if you still want to trade like a hit and trial sort of a trade, where you are looking for these shorter pullbacks, I mean, why I'm saying shorter is that there is no guarantee that it is now again going to go on a longer term swing like the previous one, because during this time markets were okay, not so bad, but right now markets are not okay. So if you, for a smaller term swing at least, the what you do as you have to just go through pullbacks, right? So a couple of nice pullbacks I want to discuss with you all. And if you see, uh, the pullbacks should be, I mean, one good thing to look at while you are looking for a good pullback setup is that the pullback is to uh, key moving average. So the key moving average which I generally prefer is the 21-day EMA and the 50-day EMA. Many people also use the 10-day, which is fine. They also work really good, right? So soft tack, um, things like this guy. So this guy is a very nice pullback setup. Okay, Bhagirada chemical, and you see there's a previous uptrend, then the correction, but on very low volume. So also the float is also pretty less. And the way to trade this would be, um, wait for wait for it to break out of this candle tomorrow, or whenever. See, fact is also a decent one. But one thing, while trading these pullback setup is, for example, in fact, generally what happens is that they also come and test the previous low once more. So the action is something like this, and they form a high pivot high here, and then again come back to test this one. And if this happens, then the setup becomes better, but then again you will have to wait for some time. So pullback trading is therefore a little bit dangerous and high level. So unlike breakouts, you are not on a profit like immediately. This is another one which I really really like, and partly also because this is from a very strong sector which has been strong uh, whole throughout the time of the when the market was falling, and you see that very orderly pullback, and any close above this can be an entry. ITI, this is another name which is a very nice pullback setup, right? So any close above that, and again, like how I showed you my entry in Mapma India, you can basically go to a smaller time frame, which is 30-minute for me, and that why, because I like that time frame, and basically hunt for a reversal, you know so lower high lower lows to fresh new highs, which is a higher high, right? So which is right now this pivot, and any breakout of 282 can be a very nice entry. So, and these would also be not just pullbacks, but this would also be like classic flag breakout setups, right? Prakash pipes, very nice pullback setup. Generally, couple of days of tightness is makes the setup even better. Um, Mukhtar's is also good, but it's a very small cap company. Plus, also yeah, I mean, so Premier Poly, there was an entry yesterday, because if you see this one, two, three, four, 5 day of a very orderly pullback, and yesterday we broke the previous high, and all the previous highs were lower highs, and this was basically change of trend. So this is also one kind of entry you can make. Similarly, Websol today would have been an entry. So the breakout above this high will be an entry here. This is also a nice one. You see, one, two, three, and although today it already sort of reversed, you see the volume. So this is basically the pullback volumes are very small, and this is a very constructive pattern when this happens. Surya Roshni, very nice cup and handle. Could have taken an entry here yesterday when the previous high broke out. Similarly, VASP on this day was a pullback entry. It was also a triple B entry. See, this entry has not triggered yet, but like I said, this is a very nice pullback, orderly pullback, low volumes. So orderly pullback, low volumes, and prior uptrend. These are the only three things which you look for, right? Um, yeah, Wonderla. This was an entry, but yeah, could this was an entry yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 days of 5 days of orderly pullback and triple B firing with a big candle. So that was an entry. Uh, Yesterday was an entry. I mean, not yesterday, the previous day. So so this basically is the pullback scanner results, and you'll generally find a lot of good names. I also maintain a pullback ready this one. So my pink color is basically things which are ready for a pullback, and you see Prakash pipes is ready, 1 2, very nice, very nice. Tight candle, two tight candles, quick heel. I am tracking this for a pullback entry. See, genus, this is one T, this is second T in a larger scheme of things, and the moment it breaks out would be another entry. Aban, I like Aban because from a strong sector right now. Also, the pullback volumes have been absolutely fantastic, and this would be the pivot. Like I said, after it's made a higher pivot yesterday, I mean the previous day, it again came back to retest, and hopefully, looking at the volumes now it is ready to go up. This would have been an entry day. Kanye West, again, very nice entry. Pivot opened up. Gokul Das pivot. Fact, like I already said, Spandana was a brilliant breakout last session. Anup was a brilliant breakout today. So these were already in this one, but I couldn't get in, and also because the environment is such that there is no point having like a wider stop. You will not be able to size them much, and yeah, and that's why like early um, entry near the tight area, and a little bit of anticipation, and also then you can size them properly, size them bigger, having a smaller risk. So central bank is also a very nice pullback. So this would be my pivot. And let's say tomorrow there is a small bodied candle that could be an anticipation, sort of an entry. But you also have to remember the general market condition. The more the days goes by after the market hits a bottom, like what I'm trying to say is, for example, today is the third day after the market hit the bottom, right? So the best time to make a pullback entry is either on the day of the this one, or very next day of the so because like if one wants to make a pullback entry in this, that would also be on this day, which is like last Friday, right? So the more goes on this counter trend rally, your pullbacks will not be effective because the probability of then market again sliding lower is high, right? So that is why timing is of utmost important as a swing trader, right? So you have to not only adjust with the kind of setups you are trading, but you also have to know like when to use that setup. So that's the point I'm trying to make. uh, and if you see, then like all the pullbacks, if you had added on this day, they would have worked like 5-6%. So Stell would have been a good entry today, and this also looks like a very nice VCP slash flag, whatever you kind of want to call it. This is 1T, 2T, 30, and a brilliant entry uh, was probably on today. Might as well make tomorrow also. So again, near to 50-day moving average, this pop above the 20 and 10-day could be an entry. Again, pullbacks, they do not, it's not a given that you will, I mean, the pullback entry will work, but the thing is, that's the risk you take, right? Like I said already, Kalyan Jeweler. So this is my like high. I'll take out Anup because there is no point of keeping Anup now. Anup is already gone from the um, yep. And this is another list which I was sort of watching every day. So like as again PDS, this was the entry day, um, because this is the first high which is higher than the high of the all the days of the pullback, similar to this, right? So this high closed above the pullback high, the previous pullback days ka high. One could argue that quick heal technology was a buy today, because if you see, um, or maybe we can wait above this. In any case, like entry today would have been sort of an anticipation kind of an entry. So this was another entry, and which I completely missed during the day because I wasn't scanning. This was a valid entry because we have a outside bar, this is basically bullish engulfing, which means that this downtrend is now probably going to reverse, right? And 9% is a bigger stop loss, so this is a trick which you can use. You go to a smaller time frame, and look how nice this setup would have had you got an entry above 1462, 1492, wherever. Even tomorrow, if you get a 1492, and since this is a longer this one, your stop loss would be 3%.
Bro. Hello, bro. Okay.
So another one is this, right? So above this, IT I've already spoke about, and these are like my hit list, high priority list sort of. Yeah, so that's the video, guys. To conclude, or I'll leave you with this, right? Market conditions are not great for swing trading. Given that, having said that, one can still find setups which work, uh, one can still make money here and there. uh, have You just have to manage risk, um, be very systematic, know where to get out beforehand, use smaller time frames. See you soon.